Story intended for the ages of 13 plus. No plagiarism used while making this video. All rights reserved. Please enjoy. Title: Echoes of Hope. The world had crumbled, ravaged by war, disease, and famine. What remained were desolate wastelands, where the sun hid behind a perpetual shroud of ash and dust. Among the ruins, survivors roamed like ghosts, scavenging for scraps to keep themselves alive. In this bleak landscape, I wandered, my footsteps echoing in the silence. My name is Mara, and I had been alone for as long as I could remember. My only companions were the memories of a time long gone, when the world was still whole and filled with laughter. As I trudged through the wasteland, my mind drifted back to the days before the collapse, the days when the sky was blue and the air was sweet. But those memories were like fragile glass, shattered beyond repair. My thoughts were interrupted by a faint sound, a cry for help, carried on the wind like a desperate plea. Without hesitation, I changed course, following the sound to its source. What I found was a young boy, no older than 10, cowering in the shadow of a crumbling building. He looked up at me with wide, frightened eyes, his face streaked with dirt and tears. "Please," he whispered, his voice barely more than a hoarse whisper. "Help me!" I knelt beside him, offering a hand of reassurance. "It's okay," I said softly. "You're safe now." With trembling hands, the boy took my hand, his grip tight with fear. "They're coming," he said, his voice quivering. "The raiders, they'll kill us all." I felt a pang of dread in my chest, but I pushed it aside. There was no time for fear, only action. "We have to go," I said, pulling the boy to his feet. "Can you walk?" He nodded, his eyes wide with terror. Together, we set off into the wasteland, our footsteps quickening as we raced against the setting sun. As we ran, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, of unseen eyes tracking our every move. But I pushed the thought aside, focusing on the task at hand: survival. We reached a derelict building, its walls crumbling and its windows shattered. It wasn't much, but it offered shelter from the coming storm. With a sense of urgency, I led the boy inside, barricading the door behind us. As darkness fell outside, we huddled together in the darkness, the sounds of the wasteland echoing in our ears. But despite the danger lurking just beyond our walls, I felt a flicker of hope burning within me, a hope that maybe, just maybe, we could survive this world together. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months as we journeyed through the wasteland, our bond growing stronger with each passing day. We encountered dangers both seen and unseen, raiders, mutants, and the remnants of a world long forgotten. But we faced them all with courage and determination. Along the way, we met other survivors, kindred spirits who had also lost everything to the collapse. Together, we formed a makeshift family, bound by a shared desire for a better future. But as we traveled, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching us, lurking in the shadows just out of sight. I brushed off the feeling as paranoia, but deep down, I knew that danger was never far away. One night, as we made camp in the ruins of an old city, disaster struck. Raiders descended upon us like vultures, their weapons gleaming in the moonlight. We fought with everything we had, but they were relentless, their numbers overwhelming. In the chaos of battle, I lost sight of the boy, the one person I had sworn to protect. Panic surged through me as I searched desperately for him, but he was nowhere to be found. And then, just as all hope seemed lost, I heard his voice, a cry for help, echoing through the darkness. With renewed determination, I charged into the fray, cutting down raider after raider until I reached him, battered but alive. We fought our way out of the city, leaving the raiders behind us in a cloud of dust and smoke. But as we fled into the night, I couldn't shake the feeling that our troubles were far from over. As we traveled, I noticed a change in the boy, a hardness in his eyes, a weariness in his voice. The horrors of the wasteland had taken their toll on him, stripping away his innocence and replacing it with something darker. But despite the hardships we faced, we pressed on, driven by a shared desire for a better future. And as we journeyed through the wasteland, I knew that no matter what trials lay ahead, we would face them together, hand in hand, as partners in survival. For in a world consumed by darkness, sometimes all you need is a glimmer of hope to light the way.